Hello, and welcome to D20 Air, where we roll dice before one of our internet goes out. My name is Cate, I'm the DM.
My name is Alice, I play Tam the Half-Orc Bard.
My name's Jess, I play Nora the Human Wizard.
My name is Jules, and I play Ren, the Elven Ranger Rogue.
My name is Maddy, I play Val, the Tiefling Druid Barbarian.
And my name is Miller, and I play Augie, the Human Paladin Warlock.
Woo! Happy to be here with you guys on this beautiful January day.
Yes, that is the month.
Yep. Yeah, I had to check. It's wild, you know? Time passes so quickly and so slowly, and you never know what are months, you know? But yes, very good to be back. Good to see you all. Do we have any announcements? We probably should have talked about this before we started, but I cannot think of anything. You should, if you're watching this, you should go look at our social links. We've got an Instagram, we've got a TikTok, we've got a Twitter, we've got a Twitch, we've got a YouTube, we've got a Tumblr. Do we have anything else? We have a Discord! I always forget that. Every single time. I don't think of it as a social media. I think of it as a video chat like software, so it's not in my head ever. So go follow us there, and our TikTok's pretty entertaining, so check that out if you've got one. It's good. Like always, we should probably post on them more, but you should still follow them because when we do post, it's pretty fun. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Does anybody else have anything they want to say?
Nope.
Miller got a new PC, so hopefully stuff should be a little bit smoother. Maybe we'll have like a little bit less technical difficulties, which is pretty cool.
There's always room for some, but who knows? We'll see what happens.
There was a lot.
Cate made a cool sweater she's wearing today.
Yes, Cate
Currently, fabric is 40% off at Joann Fabrics. So we are not sponsored by Joann Fabrics. However,
we are open to being
open
Joann
to being sponsored by Joann Fabrics. I spend
40% off. You said currently.
At least as far as last week, I'm sure, but also everything's always on sale at Joann Fabrics. But fleece in particular, so if you're looking to make a comfortable hoodie, go check out our new potential sponsor, Joann Fabrics.
Who knows?
Thanks, Joann.
Who knows?
Also,
That would be really funny, honestly.
if you were in America or just followed America, congratulations, we made it out of the 4-year hell pit that we were in. We did it!
Woo!
Did it.
We moved up a circle of hell, so that's pretty fun.
Yep,
Still there.
still there, but we moved up. So
Sorry, that was plastic. Okay. Yeah, that happened. Oh my god. Has that? Wow. That's wild.
the last 3 Wednesdays in January in the United States of America were absolutely wild. I can't wait to see what this Wednesday's gonna bring.
Yeah,
we
let's
are
make it a
still in
full house,
January.
baby.
That's wow. Anyways, do we have? Oh, hey, Micky, our friend of the show, posted a Vine compilation.
An
It's beautiful.
Flat.
absolutely hilarious Vine comp. They have 2 out, I believe. So there's this new one that they just posted, I believe, this week, and then there's the old one that they have, and they're both hilarious. Check them out.
I actually haven't seen this new one.
It's
Just because I've been so busy, but it's been on my to-do list, and I can't wait to check it out because I love vines. They're so fun. They're from a simpler time, you know. Okay. Do we have any other things we would like to say before we get into it?
Let's play some D&D.
Okay. Well then. Okay, I'm gonna be last we left off. Tavern, our adventuring party, had made their way to Clea, the hometown of Augustus Canterbury, the paladin warlock. Yeah. For some reason I was about to say paladin tiefling warlock, and you're not a tiefling.
Incorrect.
So
That is, yeah.
yeah. As far as you know. So wouldn't that be a shocker? No, I promise. Having allied themselves with the rebels against the rebellion against his father, Alexander Canterbury, the king of Clea, they challenged him to a 2-on-1 duel with Augie and his sister Bianca versus Alexander, and through some narrow scraps and scrapes, managed to win. So last session was a little bit of a blur as they were unwelcomely welcomed into the castle with very little amount of kind of being able to talk, everyone in shock. Had a little bit of a spa bath and promptly went into their own separate rooms. And that was it. That was all that happened.
That was it. Yeah.
Crazy. It felt so much longer than that, but after some achieving a restful sleep, some not, you all do fortunately wake up the next morning. I don't know why I said it like that. You wake up the next morning, sun peering through, not as bright as usual. It's a bit of a cloudier day, which is it's a rainier season and early winter, not quite cold enough for snow, but not quite warm enough for it to be comfortable. And there's a little bit of that waking up, that creakiness in each of your bones as you wake up. Looking over, you all in your bed, in your each individual rooms, because you all decided to sleep individually, with the exception of Augie, you all have very similar rooms which look as though they're meant to house visiting guests, but are built for temporary use of people and not for long-term purveyors of the castle. You have a simple full-sized mattress with a bed like a table on
Bedside
either side
table?
with a with a lamp and some drawers inside. They're empty as far as you can ascertain. It's a longer kind of setup. So across you, there's a table that currently there is a platter of food that has a mixture of fruits and spreads and condiments and there's a couple pastries, some bread, continental breakfasty of the local produce that you can find. There is a ensuite bathroom in each of them, and there is a dresser on the other side. Yes, Augie, yours is similar, but yours is much larger, much more grandiose. This was your father's room up until last night. So it is very much, your father is not one for sentimentality, so there is not much there, but it's still very much befits him. no photos, no paintings, portraits, or anything, but there are several weapons hanging around, and it is just much larger. And there is a balcony with 2 windows that opens up. And yeah, so that is how you all wake up. So, what would you like to do?
Oh. Do we know where we're all sleeping? Are we all in the same, like, corridor?
You're all in the same wing.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Except for Augie's in a separate wing, but within walking distance because you are still in the same kind of thing. So the layout of this is that there's a thing in the center, and then there are 3 kind of spoked wings heading out in each direction. You all are in one of these wings. Augie is in a second one, and then you haven't seen the third one.
Okay. Time would probably like get some like fruit and a croissant or something, and then like go to like the other doors and knock and just see if everyone's awake.
Yeah.
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 And then if
You all hear knocking on your door.
Yeah.
Ren will answer. He's been awake for a couple hours.
Yeah. I'll pop in and be like, morning.
Morning.
Did you sleep? You don't sleep. Did you rest well?
Good enough. Yeah. How about you?
Yeah. Yeah, not bad actually. It's weird to be in a, I don't know, it seems too fancy.
Yeah. I don't love
Yeah.
it, to be honest.
Yeah,
But-
me neither. It's like I'm afraid to make anything messy. I feel like I'm gonna get judged. I made my bed for the first time in my life because I just it's like it stressed me out.
I feel like they have servants for that.
I know, but they don't
Would be
have. They shouldn't
grateful
have
to
to
you,
do
I
that.
suppose.
Yeah. One less thing for them to do.
It's true.
Should we get the others up?
Nora just waddles in and she's got like a blanket like wrapped around her shoulders and just like waddles and then like sits on the floor.
Okay. Val?
Someone might have to wake them.
I am. I'm still asleep, like in the weirdest position that you've probably ever seen Val sleeping in. Like, you ever seen like dogs when they like stick their legs up and then they're like on the wall, like something like that. Like one of her arms is on the wall, the other one's like across like this, and she's like out. She's like out cold. Like you can hear it through the door, but
What
the door's
is
not
that?
locked.
Yeah.
She never locked the door, so like you could.
Okay. Open the door. Like go up, give you a shake, not like a gentle like.
I'm gonna do that thing that moms do, where they're like out for a second and then they wake up and they're like, "What?"
Nothing. You look like you're doing a dance move.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, I don't know what I was dreaming about.
Yeah, like
I wasn't
kung fu.
dancing, but and now my arm hurts. Okay,
Yeah, no
I'm
shit.
gonna like do one of those things that like you roll.
It's really
try to,
stiff.
try to
Yeah.
stretch it out.
And
Yeah.
you start to get like the feeling back in your fingers, and it's like really tingly and just like completely dead.
Just do one of these.
Yeah.
All right, sorry about that. Is everybody else awake?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know where Augie is. Probably in his like presidential suite thing.
I'm imagining it's quite extravagant. All right.
I mean, he's had a pretty long day. I wonder if he's just like out with the cab.
I see they gave us snacks, but is there like a full? We're gonna have like a full breakfast, or is this just?
Like a hot breakfast.
Yeah,
I know
like
fast.
yeah.
Like
We could
maybe
go-
this is just like the starter.
the nibblers,
So like the entrees.
it's this is the appetizer. We need the entrees.
Yeah.
We could go
Yeah,
figure out this castle.
Yeah. I mean, someone followed me around when I went exploring, so I think we're gonna get tailed wherever we go. But it doesn't matter because it's not
You
like
went
we're gonna do anything
exploring?
bad.
When did
Yeah,
you go
I went.
exploring?
No, like before bed, I went down the alley, not down the alley, down the corridor, and then back again. And there was a guy, and he was like behind me. He wasn't particularly. I like waved at him, and he was like, "Yeah, whatever." Um, but you know, it's amazing. It's huge.
Should we go check on Augie?
Yeah, probably. Let's go.
Do we know
Okay.
where Augie is?
Go look at the pretty architecture. I bet we could find Nora a library. As we like walk
Probably.
out, I'm gonna like grab
There
them,
is a library.
shove them in my pocket. Like I'm gonna grab like a croissant, put them in my like a croissant like in my mouth as we're walking.
Okay. As you are walking at the end of this wing, you see that there are several guards that are just kind of that are at attention. They're neither hostile towards you nor against anyone around you. They're just, and they're not slacking off either. They're just at attention, you know. And there, as you get into this large, opulent-looking kind of circular room, again, that leads to, there's your wing, there's the two wings, and then there's two doors off to the side. One of them looks smaller and kind of meant to blend in a bit more with the rest of the decor. And then there's one that is an open archway that's a long stairway down. Ren, with your passive, I was just playing D&D with another person, and their character's name is Rin, so I was like, but Ren, you actually, because of your freakishly high passive perception, you don't, it's just for a moment, but near that kind of door that's kind of blended in, you see that it's cracked a little bit, and you see just like a quick flash of blonde, and it's you hear as it quietly shuts. And that's all. It was lower to the ground than you would think.
Okay, so maybe we have one of the little Canterurys. Should we bother Bianca right now, or should we leave her to it? I don't know if she wants to be alone.
She seemed like she was going through it at the moment.
It didn't seem like
it's probably best to leave her alone.
Maybe we'll leave that to Augie.
Yeah. Yeah, and maybe if she hasn't come out by the end of the day, then we should, you know, checking in on her.
Well,
we can't.
do we have any idea where Augie is?
I'm gonna go up to one of the
There's
guards.
two wings. Okay, yep, that's smart.
I'm gonna go up to one of the guards, and I'm just be like,
Okay.
I'm not gonna like poke him or anything. Just like, hey, just quick question. We're friends of the king. We were there at the fight. We were just wondering where his bedroom is. We just wanted to say like good morning, invite him to breakfast if there is one. We're just a little lost. We've never been in here before.
He kind of just looks at you for a second. If he's judging anything, he's trying to be passive about it. He's professional. But without saying anything, he kind of just shifts and slowly shows his hand over to the left corridor.
I'm gonna be like, thank you. Just start be like,
Return.
just point to the rest of the group and be like, that way. Apparently.
What?
You solved my
way.
corridor puzzle. Okay, you go that way. There are several doors that look similar to each of yours, but there are two. There's one that's very, very large and grandiose at the very end, kind of like at the head of the table, like head of the corridor at the very end. There's one that's looking very opulent, and then there's two that are kind of offset. And again, Ren, with your high passive perception, you do notice that there are these occasional small, kind of thin doors that are built in. If you had to guess, you would guess that it's some kind of servant entrance or service entrance, so that people, the workers of the castle, can slip in and out without much disturbance.
Makes sense. I'm going to guess that Oggy's behind the fancy door that looks very kingly. Should we do a knock? I'm
Yep.
gonna do knock. Knock, knock.
Og, you hear a knock at your door.
Yeah, he very quickly goes up to open it.
You up for some breakfast?
Yes, please. Let's go. And he's gonna go out in his PJs.
Yeah. Nice.
Val's just like, nah, I'm not gonna tell him he's in his pajamas. Just like he thinks about it and he's like, nah, I'm gonna let him go.
Nora takes the blanket that she has wrapped around her and just like wraps it around him.
Thanks.
Very kingly looking in your pajamas and now flowing cape. As you walk down. If you'd like, there are... Oh my god, I forgot one of the most important parts when I was describing your rooms. Each of you, near the entrance, there was a small, kind of looking silk cord attached to a bell that you can pull for help. So if you guys want to eat in your rooms, you can. If you want to go down to be served at the large dining table, you also can do that.
Dining table?
Sure. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Augie, you know the way. So
I'll leave, yeah.
The kind of dining hall it's made of warm kind of mahogany wood, and it's not cozy. It's definitely still cold, but it is a warmer, almost more pleasant environment than the rest of the castle, which is very quiet, very echoey, and very cold. Here there are candelabras and large chandeliers kind of hanging down. And while not all of them are lit because it is the morning, there are nice stained glass and fancy windows that let in a lot of sunlight that cast nice, colorful shadows in this room. As you walk down, you see that there are servants quickly bustling around, and they're kind of a couple congregated in a small corner, and they're talking. And you see one kind of stands up, and they all scatter as soon as they see you enter. One walks over and says, "Your Highness and guests, if I may."
Go right ahead.
And leads you over, Augie pulling out a very large chair at one end and kind of pushes you in and goes, "And for you," and you all look, and it's a very long table, and all the rest of the chairs are seated at the opposite end.
Yeah, Ren's gonna grab his and move it up.
Oh, sir, and goes and takes it from you and says, "With all due respect, sir, we have people that may help with this," and kind of, "Okay, come on." And you see as the servants quickly rush over and kind of following your lead, a little bit confused, shift all the chairs over and kind of look at you all for approval or disapproval, kind of. Okay.
Thank you very much.
And what would the honored guests enjoy for breakfast?
Bread, please.
Do you have any eggs?
Of course. Of what declension?
Scramble?
All right. For anyone else?
If you have some orange juice, I'd appreciate some.
Of course, Your Highness. By the way, this servant is not looking any of you in the eyes, kind of looking to about chin. Status is about as high as they get. Other than that, they're looking lower. They're not making eye contact with any of you.
I'm gonna be like, do you have any tea of any kind?
Absolutely. We have multiple sources from around Clea. Is there any of your particular fancy?
Would I know of anything that I know I would like?
It's tea. What kind of tea would you like?
I don't know. Do you have like a black tea, just like a plain old, like similar to, with like hints of fruit in it? I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to describe English breakfast tea, and I am doing a horrible job of it.
Does English breakfast have fruit?
So
No, it
clean
doesn't.
breakfast tea.
I just want English breakfast tea.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's not
Korean breakfast.
For the sake of brevity, they bring out a very, very large spread of eggs of multiple different animals out prepared in multiple different fashions. They have different kinds of bread. They have pastries. They have pancakes. They have waffles. They have orange juice at your request, as well as some tea, as well as there is a nice bottle of champagne brought out.
Mimosas! Let's go! Brunch!
If you so desire.
I'm gonna make a mimosa.
Has Augie ever had a mimosa? An orange juice with
Not.
Augie was not of drinking age by the time you guys started adventuring, but I mean, that's up to Augie's, but you wouldn't have been of drinking age by that time.
Ren's
No.
gonna make everyone a mimosa. Everyone who wants one. Guess who's a mixologist now? What do I roll for that?
You know what? Sure. Make an intelligence check just to see
That's not my
If you
strong.
know-
how if you know how to like the proper I mean, you can't really go wrong with mimosas. If you want to make a check, you can, but like
No,
you don't
just for
have
fun.
to.
Well, it also-
dice. 5.
Okay, so Ren's been through some stuff. So when it comes to making mimosas, you know, like those
90%
funny
chance.
like 40-year-old moms on Facebook that are like, this is how I like my mimosas, and it's like all champagne and then like 2 drops of orange juice. It's not quite that bad, but it's about they're really strong.
Strong mimosa.
2 shots of vodka.
Yeah.
My mimosas come with rum. Gross.
If you want a screwdriver, you can ask for hard liquor if you want. Like this is brunch. This is solidly brunch. So
We'll start with mimosas. How's that? We'll start with Ren's famous 90% champagne mimosas. Good. I'm writing down that I've made mimosas. Seems like an important plot point.
Just write down that Ren. I'm gonna write down Ren's a mixologist.
Yeah.
question mark.
Question is disguising his ears around like the staff members?
Yeah, you'd be doing half-elf ears. Like, probably some of them know who he is because the king knew who he was. I don't know, but might as well.
I think we decided unless specified differently, you're always re-upping that.
Yeah.
You do each have a person waiting on you, so it is up to your choice because they may be entering your room while you're asleep, so they may see that, but that's just something to keep in mind.
Can we say that
They're probably
the
not
beds
going to be
have,
like actively
hangings?
like looking for your ears.
Are you
So
really a
as long as you're
half-elf?
like
Yeah.
Can we say that the beds have like hangings and we can do a private?
Oh, absolutely.
We'll do that.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, and if you
The
guys want to
netting?
take this time like customize, if you guys want to take some time and like customize your rooms,
Ah,
go for it. If you want to move your rooms, Go for it. This is a castle. This is we can enter Sims like house decorating mode
Yes.
for this session if you will. So please.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
I was just gonna lean into everyone, like when we're all eating, I'd be like, "This is super weird, right?"
Yep.
Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what to do.
Like, how do you? But you like when you were growing up, how did you deal with people like not looking you in the eye and just like doing everything for you? It's really weird.
Yeah. Yeah. They're also a lot nicer than they used to be now.
What were they like?
Very passive aggressive.
Okay.
I didn't know they made tables this long. Like, at all. I'm gonna like glance down at the probably the one seat that's like on the opposite end of the table and just be like,
There's like 3 or 4, but it's like it's ridiculous.
is that how far away you used to eat from the king?
Yeah. Like every day.
What if you wanted the salt? Does he throw it?
It's probably a specific guide that just comes.
The salt man that just comes.
The salt man.
Actually, you
Salt
do.
man.
It's funny that you mentioned that because you do see that there is a man dressed in like a really nice suit that has a platter of a variety of spices.
Spice man.
Spice man.
Spice
A
man.
bigger job. I don't know which spice goes on
He
which
has
food.
he has a like salt and pepper beard, salt and pepper hair.
Yep.
Yep.
Spice man.
His name is Cumin.
Eyes the color of Sriracha.
So like, do you know when your dad was the king? Do you know what he did every day? Like, did he have councils that he went to?
Yeah, lots of planning, lots of battle strategies, figuring out that kind of thing. Lots of training. You know, he spent a lot of his time doing that. He usually, for most of the days, we didn't spend a lot of time together. So I'm honestly not very sure. And, you know, I feel like I should get a meeting together and be like, "Hi, I'm your new king."
Yeah. Perhaps you should like make an address. Did your dad used to do that? Like talk to everyone in the like at least everyone in the palace and like the nobles and stuff.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I should probably do that. But that's something I should probably do with Bianca.
Yeah.
You had so Mr. Demon guy whose name I forget, Devil guy,
Jinras.
Shinras.
He replaced someone that used to be good, right? Like the person he replaced. So you need advisors, right? Should we try to find that person that Jinras replaced? Because he might be a good advisor for you.
Yeah.
I tried to message. He's a man I tried to message yesterday.
And he
Yeah.
didn't respond.
He didn't pick up. I can try again.
It's possible that he just wasn't able to.
It's
Maybe he's
possible
somewhere
he was
not-
incapacitated or in another plane or
Or couldn't
is
speak
no
at the
longer
moment.
alive. But yeah, I mean, if we don't know where he's gone, there's a good chance he's just, being kept somewhere, especially if Shinras.
Do
I
you
don't
have
know.
jails here?
Oh yeah. Oh
What?
yeah. Absolutely.
They've got
Yeah.
a whole. Hey, did you know that the game we're playing has dungeons in it?
Should we check
Castle's
the
got a few.
Yeah.
dungeons for anyone who doesn't belong there? and maybe free them. That might be a good place to start, and they might have information on how to run a place if they used to help.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. So okay, checklist. Probably find Kairos. Go to the dungeon. I would at some point like to talk to Bianca. And this may be asking a lot, but my other sisters, I don't know how they're doing, and I don't know if they exactly want to see me. So if it's possible for maybe one of you guys to relay a message from me or just talk to them.
So they don't live here anymore.
No, they live here.
Tam, maybe that's a good job for you.
Yeah. I'm
Go
good
and
with
be a
kids.
liaison.
Yeah, sure. Hang on, what are their names?
Okay. So we got Evelyn and Elaine. They're twins. They're about, let me just find their ages really fast. They'd be about 14 at this point. And Lydia, the little one, she's 11.
Okay.
She's actually 10 3/4.
Oh, sorry.
10 3/4. All right. That is fine. Does anyone else feel particularly good with kids and wants to come with me?
No.
I mean, I think if anything, that means you should come with me because I think that means
absolutely
you need
not.
to like. It's always a learning process, right?
This might be a thing that we want done well, though. And if we're worried,
I mean, I don't know how much time like your family spent around tieflings, but I'm imagining showing an 11-year-old a giant demonic-looking lady is not going to go over very well.
Well, I mean, Kairos is a tiefling.
Oh,
a red tiefling.
Oh, well.
Yeah, and I'm not exactly human. Like.
Yeah, but you're fun. I'm not fun.
You don't have to come with me, but if the option's open if you want.
Nora, are you good with kids too?
Well, at least you can speak to them on their level.
I give Ren a high five.
I do that thing where you drink and then you try not to spit it out, so you just gulp it really fast. You're like,
yeah, no,
Jess,
I've just
isn't
with this giant man baby for the last however many years, so I've got to look at it.
I've got like 80 years on you.
Which makes it all the more sad.
Jess, isn't Nora like 5'4" or something?
We decided he's not. It's fine.
It's just that the
Wait,
rest
5'6"?
of the part.
She started at like 5'4", and then just canonically everyone just beating her down.
No, I know she's 5'4". It's just the fact that everyone else is
is really tall.
Yeah, because Val is my height, so it's literally just like the height between Miller and me. So like I do call Miller short a lot, even though Miller's not short. You're just short to me.
Yeah, no, like to me she's actually quite tall because she's much taller than me. So
you're just traveling with a bunch of giants.
Sorry, you are just traveling with a bunch of giants.
It's so true.
Right.
But you're not the shortest. We still have Gilf.
This is true.
Gilf is still the shortest.
Yes, thank God. Thank God for Gilf.
Right. Yeah, Nora, do you like kids?
Yeah. They're fine. Why? Like, you don't want me to like. But just let's like give him a book. That's what I do.
What about Oscar? I bet the kids would love your owl.
Nope, he bites. Nope.
Well then, what about PB and J?
Yeah.
Kids like dogs, right?
That's a good idea.
I know everyone likes dogs.
They've always wanted one.
I'll go with the dog.
Good idea.
Okay, yeah. Over the night, your animals were brought to you, not directly to you. There's a stable out back where Maroth is currently being held, and then PB&J, they don't. This is Clea. Honestly, they'd probably keep him in the kitchens. Not like in anything. No, not like that. Just like
Okay.
that was probably that dog has plot armor. Come on. No, but just like in terms of livestock and other things, they would have facilities down there.
Oh, okay. They're just like he's in the kitchen. They're just feeding him scraps, just getting him fat.
Yeah. He's probably like in a crate right now somewhere like off to the side. If you ask someone who worked in the kitchens, they can get free, no problem.
How bad, out of character, how bad an idea is it to bring the kids down to the stables and give them pony rides on Maroth?
Oh no.
On Maroth?
On
Roth killed you once.
Yeah, yeah, actually, that's a good point.
Yeah, these
Yeah,
kids
Bernard,
these
it's
kids
different.
don't have
These
like
kids don't
orcish
have
resist-
plot.
Yeah.
That's fine. Sure. So, are we splitting up? You guys want to go down to the jail?
So wait, just one more time. So it's jail. Find
Yeah.
the old guy, the other teeth thing, whose name I've already forgotten.
Kyrus.
Kyrus. I'm gonna write that down in a minute.
That's Kairus. Kyrus.
One more time for me, please.
Kai Kai
Okay.
Rus Russ. Kyrus.
Okay. Thank you. So jail, Kyrus, Bianca, the other Augie's other sisters. Is there anything else? I got one more finger left.
Talking to Bianca, but that.
I already counted Bianca.
Oh, my bad.
Anything else anyone wants to do?
Explore the castle more.
Yeah, I can give you guys like a tour of the place.
Is there a library?
Yes, Nora, there's a library.
Okay, I'm gonna go there.
Okay. Maybe it is Tam and Val doing the kid thing then.
I'll just stand and be back.
That's a good idea. Tam, I am trusting you to keep an eye on this one. Point to not Val.
Right. Right. Loud and clear.
Shar's gonna just wink at Augie. I would wink, but I can't. So just pretend that I can.
I was gonna roll my eyes, so not. Mm-mm.
I'll do my best intimidating, like no funny business from you, and then just fail.
Shar's just gonna be like,
Yeah, no, forget about it. Forget it. Cool. So, us go
Break.
see the kids. Nora go to the library. You two go down to the jail.
Yeah, we'll start there looking for Kyrus.
Okay.
Right, should we meet back here for like dinner?
or lunch.
It's brunch.
Oh, it is brunch.
Tea! We'll meet back here for tea.
Afternoon
That
tea.
sounds good.
I'm always, and with the lady that talked to me earlier and said that she had a lot of tea varieties, I'm ready.
All right, everybody, hands
Oh.
in.
Oh, we're doing this.
Nora, hands. Come on, hand in. Okay, tavern on 3. 1, 2, 3. Tavern.
Okay,
Kind of echoes, and Cumin looks at you really weird.
Just gonna like give them one of those.
okay.
Salt base it up.
Spice Man.
Canonically, it's Salt Bay. Yeah, it's canon.
Like in the castle.
Yeah. Forget the description I had before. It's just Salt Bay now.
I love it. I love it.
All right. So, what would we like to cover first?
Before we once everybody else splits off, I'm gonna stay behind and talk to Augie for a sec. Let's chill.
Augie, you feel like a kind of tug at your elbow, and you turn around and you see Shar standing there.
Yeah.
Just wanted to say congrats, because I don't think anybody's congratulated you on being the king yet. So just congrats.
What?
Congratulations.
No, yes, I understood what you said.
How are you not getting? Okay. Trying to figure out how to put this as nice as I possibly can.
Yeah, take your time.
It's gonna be a bit. Congratulations on being the king. You did a good job. Congrats on the killing, I guess, is the best I can do currently with what I can think of. But I do mean it in the sincerity of, like, if we just ignore the killing and the death, it's a great honor to become a king. I know it sucks the way it happened, but it's good. It's good from what I've heard. Get a lot of fun stuff. Cool bedrooms and shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know where you've been for like the past 24 hours.
Asleep.
Literally nothing about this situation is great right now. Okay.
We have a place to live now, and food, and people that can help us. How is that not good? I mean, I understand the circumstances were not good for you to have it happen, but it happened.
I just did something that I've never dreamed of doing and is probably going to haunt me for years.
Yep, probably.
So, no congratulations are in order.
I'm just saying.
Okay. I really don't like you.
I know.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna like just
No, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna what?
Just say what you want to say. I'm an adult. I can handle it. I think I'm an adult. Am I an adult in this? Is Val an adult?
Yes.
Do you not know her age?
Did you?
I forgot her age for like
21.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like something like that.
Okay. I forgot. Literally forgot.
I'm gonna go and
yeah.
deal with everything that is currently on my plate right now.
Understandable.
And I'm going to ask you very nicely to please stop talking to me.
Like all the time or just
Yes.
Okay. But what if I have a question?
Ask someone else because you're just not a good person. And I'd prefer it if we just stopped all communication because it hurts so much seeing what's coming out of your mouth on the face of my friend.
She'll be very happy to hear that.
Oh, so she can hear me. So if she can hear me, I just want to say, Val, We all miss you like crazy. When you come back, we're all going to be really happy. And none of this, all this anger, none of it is directed towards you. And I don't care how long it takes, but we're going to find a way to get you back.
Mm-hmm.
And Shar, fuck you. I'm going to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you leave. Shar, you kind of stand there for a moment, and after Augie leaves, it's gone silent, except for you hear a slight drip, and you look down and you see as your knuckles are bleeding.
I'm gonna take out my bag with more bandages and just keep wrapping them around my knuckles again. Kind of just shake it off and then go in the direction that I saw Tam head off into.
Okay.
I will just say, since Ren was going with Augie, Ren was just definitely leaning against a wall for that whole conversation.
Solid. Okay.
Wait. When he gets up to Ren, he's like, I have never said that word before.
You did so well. You did such a good job.
So much.
I think you really set a boundary there.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm so happy that I'm the reason that Augie had to say the F word for the first time. Oh my god!
Sorry.
Ren is like so proud.
So good. Yeah. Is that the first time?
Yes,
It
I've
is.
made it a point for 2 years to not say a single curse
I
word.
don't know how
That
you
is really funny, and you
Amazing.
will know why that is really funny. That is very funny and ironic, and oh my god. Okay. So you guys have a nice laundry list. Do we want to how are we feeling? Do we want to take a break now and then do all this stuff after a break, or do we want to get through a little bit and then take a break, or do we want to go straight through? Like, how you guys feeling?
We're doing like a 5-minute break now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that.
No problem. Okay, then we'll take a 5-minute break and we'll be right back. We're back. So we have 3 different groups currently. We've got Nora by her lonesome in the library. We have got Augie and Ren, and they are going down to the dungeons, correct?
Mhm.
And then we have got Tam and Val, and they are going to find sisters.
Yes.
Correct? Alright then. Is there anyone who would like to go first?
I just would say that before Tam left, I would be like,
Absolutely.
what you could say, I trust you to say the right thing to my sisters. But just let them know that if they don't want to see me, they don't have to. I won't come in and make and force myself to spend time with them.
Can I ask, when you left, was it? Are you worried about seeing them because you think your relationship will have deteriorated because you haven't seen them for a while, or was it bad when you left?
No, our relationship was really good when I left, but I left.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's fine. I'll talk to them. I'll obviously like push for them to, you know, see you, but I won't. I won't. You know, yeah. Leave it with me. I'll be fine.
Okay. We're gonna do the handshake now.
Yeah.
What
was it?
I completely forgot it. So in game, they did the handshake. Alice and I will talk after.
Yeah.
You know what? Yes, you did do the handshake. In game, it's a lot's happened, so you're a little like you take a second, but then your muscle memory kicks in and you do the handshake.
I think it was like this, and then didn't we like just like budge into each other?
We ended with a head with a
That was
beating
it.
our foreheads.
Yeah. Nice.
So that's what we do.
All right. Yes, yeah. So it takes you a second. You both like start with the same hand, like down and up, and then you're like, but then you get into it, and it's great. Okay. So, Dungeon Sisters or library? Who would like to go first?
Don't mind.
don't
Nora,
care.
you look a little excited. Do you want to go to the library?
What's some book?
Okay. Do you have someone show you, or do you just want to wander around by yourself a little bit and try to find it?
I'd be interested to just see how quickly she can, like, her nose leads her to the library.
Okay. Roll an investigation check with advantage because it's a library.
Oh, that was actually really bad on both rolls. 13.
13? Okay. It takes you a little bit longer than you'd like, especially because, Clea and its rulers aren't necessarily known for their worldliness and their breadth of knowledge. It's kind of seen as they're kind of the jocks of the royal families, and they're kind of like books. That's for nerds. So it's not necessarily on the forefront of their minds, and that is very apparent in the layout of the castle. But you do go down a floor, and you manage to walk into a very you eventually find it, and walk into a very opulent yet cozy setup. It's much smaller than the library that you are used to in your childhood, but it is larger than the one found in the Magic Guild. Walking in, it's that similar mahogany and that warmth that the dining hall was built in, but whereas that one was cold, this one is much more familiar. And it is just floor to ceiling lined with books of different varieties. And there's a couple things where they go off and around. And there's rows and rows, as you can see, kind of looking back, and in the middle at the edge there is a nice fire and some armchairs set up. Augie, you're not there, but you would know that on occasion Kyrus would take you here to kind of teach you stuff more as you got older. When you were younger, it would be more in the nursery, and there was private rooms, but as you got away from the toys and things, this is where, serious learning took place. And there's a nice green armchair facing towards the hearth, and a matching one on the opposite end, a nice large carpet rug in the middle, and just books.
Is there a bookkeeper in the library?
Make a perception check.
6.
Okay. Looking around, it doesn't seem as though there is a permanent bookkeeper. Again, the library is not really used very well, so there's probably one of the servants that comes in occasionally and organizes, but it's not used enough that they need someone to permanently be there.
Okay. She's just gonna, like,
My
look
dogs are barking, sorry.
and, like, tut. And then immediately start organizing.
Okay. It's organized not by it's not organized by like a Dewey Decimal System. It looks as though it's organized by someone who doesn't know how to organize a library.
Or has,
So it's
like, her own in, like, personal organization system, and she's just gonna arrange the entire library according to her own because she's obnoxious like that.
yeah, absolutely. Like and there is not a lot of organization. Some of it's organized in like alphabetical by title, some of it's alphabetical, like it goes shelf by shelf. Some of it's organized by like
She's gonna take like damage
first
in a minute.
letter. Yeah. One of them there's like a shelf, like a floor to ceiling shelf that's organized by color. It's it does seem to be separated by fiction and nonfiction.
Okay.
But other than that, there is not much organization. So you can spend as much or as little time as you'd like organizing this library.
Just gonna go into complete librarian mode and just like start over. And then if anything
All right.
like, catches her eye in terms of like an interesting looking book that she's not heard of, or like something particularly unique looking, she's gonna pause. But
I will say right now, you don't even have to look. There would be no magic books.
okay, yeah,
No magic book. There might be books on magic, no spell books, no nothing like. There's probably some in the fiction stuff. There's a lot of stories of magic and things like that, but nothing being like, oh, this is how you brew this potion and this potion. That would not. Clea is not the place that would be.
yeah.
But maybe you can change that. Oh, okay. For right now, let's cut over to someone else. But Nora, we may be coming back to you.
Okay.
So, Tam and Val or Augie and Ren, which of you would like to go next?
You can't ask us this. We're all indecisive.
You gotta decide.
Roll the
You're the
dice,
camera.
Kate.
Roll the dice.
Okay. All right, Augie and Ren, let's go to the dungeon, shall we?
All right.
All right. As you walk down, the castle is cold, both in terms of overall environment and also in terms of the genuine temperature. And as you walk down and down to the dungeons, that temperature does not alleviate. If anything, it kind of seeps into your bones a bit, and you feel a little bit of shiver and some goosebumps as you continue to walk down. Neither of you are particularly dressed for warmth, so it's not that nice. But you do end up turning a corner, and you see there is a large iron gate that you would know leads to the dungeon with several guards, two on each side, stationed out front. Seeing you, they kind of, again, people are not used to seeing you once more, but the resemblance to your father is very uncanny, and word has traveled fast, so they kind of straighten up and take a moment, pull out a lock, and open the door. Do you go in?
Yes.
Okay. Revealing a long, winding staircase made of stone and a tunnel made of stone as well, with torches hanging from each kind of side every 15 feet or so as you make your way down. Very Luray Cavern style as you go down. So when you get down there, it is a very large dungeon. It is very much in use, constantly in use. There aren't a lot of people here currently, whether that be due to general fear, whether that be due to recent executions, whether that be due to anything. There are about, looking around, there are about 17 or so people down in this dungeon. Which, Augie, you know, this dungeon can fit well over 150.
Okay. Do any of them look familiar?
Make a perception check. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. Hang on, let me get my give me a sec. That is a 7.
Okay. Looking around, the only one that seems to be familiar is there seems to be a person dressed in the Klean army soldier's uniform down here that is missing its cape, and most of the plate armor has been taken off, but the undershirt and pants and shoes seem to be of a standard issue. Other than that, it looks like a denizen of a mixture of people who maybe got a little bit too rowdy and drunk. Maybe a couple people who look like pickpockets, and a couple people who look like they got a little too rowdy and got into a fight. There's one person that is kind of dark in a kind of sitting off in a corner, a little bit shrouded, looks a little bit more serious than the rest of them.
Ren's gonna just do a quick scan for a red tiefling. Are any of them a red tiefling?
Yeah.
There is one red tiefling. Yeah.
Okay. Other little question, are there any like kids or like young
There
people?
are no kids.
Okay.
There are no kids currently.
Okay. Well, Ren's gonna nudge Augie and just sort of be like, red tiefling, you said? Is that him?
I'm gonna get closer then and see if.
Looking, you see a very gangly, scraggly, very thin man. Looks to be in about his mid-20s or so. Kind of messy hair that looks like it's balding a little and kind of swept to the side, dressed in some brown vestigements, and is sporting a very large, nice purplish reddish bruise on his right eye that is swollen shut.
Kyrus?
If I say yes, will you let me out?
Okay.
Not him?
No.
Ren's gonna like try to look at the.
No. I'm Kyrus. Yes, you.
Mhm.
Clearly, yes.
My name? Do you?
Philip.
You know,
Good to see you.
I'm gonna like see, maybe point to my scars, be like, give you a hint.
Yes. Of course, yes, my good friend, Scarrow.
Okay, that was two of the very incorrect names, Lord. Just gonna.
While this is happening, Ren's gonna look in the corner with the very serious person and try and gather
Make
who
a
that might be.
perception check.
Okay. It's Aragorn.
God, I wish.
Perception 16. You stop rolling that
16
dice there.
for perception?
Yeah.
Did you say?
My passive
Okay.
is higher.
Yeah. So looking, you see it appears to be a woman, dressed in kind of black clothes that are form-fitting, but not in a way to kind of show anything, but just they're just form-fitting, because as you look, this woman is very, very buff. Has bright, like pale skin, and very long black hair that's tied into a braid and kind of flung over. With the 16, you actually see as on her skin, there do appear to be small, kind of almost barely noticeable, but with the way that the light from the torch sconces are catching it, you see that there are almost silvery runes that seem to blend in around and on her arms. She has a prominent nose and very, very piercing, like blue eyes and strong eyebrows. Like everything about her is incredibly pronounced and strong. And yeah. And I want to emphasize again how, like, she's jacked. Like, like, she has clearly not been in here long and has not been eating prison food for long because homegirl thick.
Good for her.
Honestly, yeah.
Can Ren, like, tell... he doesn't know that many languages, but can he tell what the runes might be?
What do you speak?
Celestial... Actually, he does know a few languages. Celestial,
Oh,
Common,
you know
Elvish,
celestial?
Sylvan,
There's celestial runes.
Oh, can you read them from here?
They don't necessarily say anything. They're just general runes of, like, it's one of them says strength, one of them says warrior, one of them says I don't know, like clash, like super heavy, like hardcore metal things that are written on there. One of them says angel, you know, things like that.
Okay. Ren's gonna sort of move closer to her and say in Celestial, what are you in for?
You see as she kind of looks up and turns to you, kind of looks you up and down once, says, bar fight. Went a bit awry.
You don't look like these other assholes.
These assholes are ugly. I take that as a compliment.
Where are you from?
Here and there. Where are you from?
Same as you.
She stands up at that and saunters over to you and kind of leans against one of the bars, again, just looking you up and down, fascinated, and says, Drava.
What?
Drava.
What? Drava. Okay.
Drava.
Does Ren know what that means? Or is that her name?
It's not something in Celestial, as far as you can, it's.
Is that your name?
Maybe. What's yours?
Ren?
Ren? Pleasure to meet you. I don't know many people who speak this language, but it's nice to hear something familiar.
It is. How long's your sentence?
About 2 weeks, if I can make it that long. Unless they decide to chuck me off this mortal coil.
Well, I have a feeling that won't happen with the current regime. You may not have heard there's new leadership.
Makes no difference to me.
It might. Who are you fighting with, if I can ask?
She kind of gestures over, and you see that there are about 4 other people who are kind of dog-piled, very rough and tumble looking as well. There's a dwarf. There's 2 human men. There's a half-orc and a what's the last one? What's his Oh, there's a tabaxi. And they're all kind of buff. They're all look very buff as well. Much more worse for wear than she is at this point. And she's kind of wasn't too much of a hassle, but to get me locked up in here.
What'd they do?
Sometimes they just look at you funny. Sometimes you're just looking for a fight.
Valid.
So, pretty boy, any way of getting me out of here?
Well, that depends on who you are, what you're about.
I told you. I'm Drava. From here and there.
And what are you about?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Maybe use a different dice from the one that's been rolling sheet. I'm gonna use the one that looks like space.
Okay.
Oh. 10.
Okay. I mean, that's not, you know, 10's respectable. She kind of takes another second, looks you up and down. Let's just say I'm here because I want to be.
You want to be in a dungeon?
I want to be living, and occasionally living requires spending some time in places unfavorable at times.
Well, I might have questions
For
for you.
myself, first and foremost.
All right. Have you seen anything in these dungeons, actually? We're looking for a particular person that may have passed through. How long have you been here?
I've been here about 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Have you seen a red tiefling? Not that one. Probably a little older than that one.
Tell you what, if you get me out of the cell, I'll tell you what I know.
Can Ren tell whether she actually knows anything, or if...
Make an insight check.
Okay, I'm gonna use yet another dice since they're all betraying me today. Insight.
Oh no!
At least I have +9, which is 15.
15. You know what? Hold up. Okay. It is clear that she said that she is looking out for herself, and you definitely get that that is true. Right now she is looking for a way to get out of this dungeon, and when you mentioned a red tiefling besides that one, she didn't seem to flinch or to really recall anything like in her mind, but yeah.
Well, Drava, I may pursue other avenues before I come back to you, but I may have questions for you later.
Wait.
Hmm?
Let's not be hasty. I can be of use to you. I'm strong, not aligned with anyone or anything. For the right price, I can be aligned with you.
How would I know that someone living only for themselves wouldn't work for anyone else at a higher price? I'm
You
not
don't.
getting hints of loyalty.
But
Yeah.
I'm consistent.
Oh,
And consistency is
something.
hard to buy.
This is true. This is true. Well, it's been a pleasure, Drava, and I might see you again. I'll make sure they feed you better. These folks don't look so
Please.
good.
There's only so many moldy breads and rats one can consume.
Not the best.
Have a figure to upkeep.
Sure. Alright, Ren's gonna go back to Augie.
As you're walking away, you kind of hear as she breathes out. Doesn't seem too happy with the outcome of that conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just mention Augie well, there's a very interesting figure over there who might be a good bodyguard or something, or I don't know. She looks buff as hell and she beat up those 4 people over there. But 5 people.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
She sounds cool.
She is cool. But she seems the sort of person whose loyalty can be bought, so Interesting person. We should make sure they're fed better down here, though. It's not very good conditions.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll see to that. Yeah, and we are now like very rich. So if we needed to buy anything,
Including loyalty, I
Yep.
suppose we could. Yeah, well, let's keep her in mind. She said she would be here for another 2 weeks, so we've got some time. Let's
All right.
maybe ask around elsewhere for Kairos, though, if he's not down here. Maybe we could ask, like, the head guard or whoever takes
Yeah.
care of the dungeons if he's passed through the system.
Cate, would I know who's right below Kairos?
Yes, you would. That would okay. Actually, no, that's true. So Kairos was the head advisor, and then there's advisors underneath that. So just advisors of the royal family. Kairos answered directly to your father, but the others were kind of heading up of the rest of the staff. So there's multiple people that would be directly under him. In terms of information, if you're looking, there's Marcole is a person that used to work there. He was kind of in charge of the the wait staff and like the people, the housekeepers and stuff like that. So in terms of gossip and information around, he would probably be your best bet to find out the inner workings of the castle.
Okay.
Other than that, the person in charge of the kitchens, which would be Nimbic, she would know stuff going on with the kitchens.
Okay.
Should we ask maybe some of his old co-workers if they know what happened to him?
Yeah, probably. I have some people in mind, so we can try and find them.
Sure.
See if they know anything.
With that, let us cut over. Oh my god, I'm so glad. Buff Asimar, ladies. You gotta love them.
She's
okay.
amazing.
All right. Let's cut over to Tam and Val, who are currently on the hunt for sisters.
Okay.
So where are you looking?
In the corridor where Oggy was, maybe, because like
Okay.
that's a royal family quarter.
Okay. So you end up walking through there and kind of checking in through the doors, but most of them are empty and barren.
Okay. Can I ask a guard?
Yeah, you go up to the same guard who's looking a little bit more tired, has from this morning, bags under the eyes, looks like it's like close to the end of his shift.
Yeah. Do you know where the princesses are?
They would be down this corridor, and he points to the third corridor that you haven't explored yet.
Cool. All right. Thank you very much.
The king didn't spend time around his family.
Okay. Right, we'll go into the third one then.
Yep.
Okay. As you begin walking down, one second. Yeah. You begin to hear. Sorry, I can hear myself.
Did someone's headphones stop working?
Is that someone? Hello? Is it just me? No. Okay. I don't know. That stopped. Okay. You begin to hear screams. Not high pitched, not like death rattle screams, but you do begin to hear quite a bit of ruckus coming from one of the rooms on the left.
Does it sound like kids just playing around screams.
Or does it sound like upset sisters at each other?
Make an insight check.
Okay.
What's up?
That's a 24.
That's an 8.
Okay. Here, listening to these screams for a second, you definitely hear in it there is anger and visceral hatred that you can only hold towards a member of your family when they've done something wrong. And while you've never had siblings, you hear that and you're immediately like, oh no.
I'm gonna turn to Tam and I'm gonna be like, I think that's the princesses, and I think they're mad at each other.
Oh, they sound quite scary.
How old are they? 14, right?
14 and 10 and 3/4.
Oh,
I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I think they're gonna kill us. They're totally gonna kill us.
Or each other. I don't know which one it is yet. Let's go in.
Okay.
Knock on the door, maybe.
Okay. As you knock on the door, it actually swings open, and you see that this room is in complete disarray. There are 2 beds, similar sizes to the ones that you have, on opposite sides, and in the middle there is a smashed vase on the floor, and you see as there is a girl about the same height as Nora, actually, with long blonde hair, kind of goes down to about mid back, that is pulled into a braid, that wearing a nice blue dress, and seems to be holding a book. And on the opposite side, you see that there is another girl who looks very similar, the only exception being that her hair is cut short and she appears to be wearing a green dress. And oh no. Okay. And the girl in green is shouting, "Give it back, you fucking bitch!" And you see the girl at the top sitting up there, and she's like, Now is that any way to speak?" And she goes, "I don't fucking care. Give it back!" And she begins to start throwing stuff, and you hear like, "Ah!" They're screaming at each other as one of them bouncing on the bed, and the other like lands and like begins to scramble over, and you see as she topples her, you see as she topples her, and they both fall off the bed, and they're like currently like going back and forth for this book.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean into Tan, and I'm gonna be like, maybe we should come back later.
You know what? It's really tempting.
Fucking hell. Unless I don't want to. I don't want to.
All right. No. Okay. You know what? No. We got this. We got this. And Tam's gonna do a minor illusion and make the sound of like a really high pitched tinnitus like wail.
Okay.
And hopefully that will get them to fucking stop.
So, Val. Yeah, actually, both of you roll Constitution saving throws?
Okay.
Oh dear. That'll be a 5 for me.
I don't even have to tell you what it is. I got a nat 1.
Okay. So Tam, you make this really high pitched and you watch as and both of you begin to crumple to the floor just by how high pitched this is. And like looking over, you see that neither of them seem to be nearly as affected, but it does startle them a bit, and they turn and look at both of you.
All right.
And they kind of stand up for a second. Not both of them have their hands on this book. They're not letting go.
Okay. All right. Get up properly.
Just like like yell.
shrug it off and still grimace and be like, right, what's going on here?
The one in blue steps forward, kind of hands pulled back, hands on the book, and go, "Oh, hello. Apologies, you must have the wrong room." And the one in green, also hands on the book, walks forward and says, "Yeah, we're in the middle of something, so if you guys don't mind just fucking off for a little bit, that'd be great."
Oh, no, actually, I'm quite interested in what you're fighting over. It's pretty loud. I could hear it from all the way down the corridor.
And you watch as the one in blue says, "Oh, it's nothing. It's just something that." And the girl in green says, "Oh yeah, it's my diary. It's mine. So if you all don't mind, maybe my sister will listen to you and give me back what
Can
is
I roll an
rightfully mine."
insight and see if whether she's lying about it being her diary?
Sure,
I'm
yeah.
also gonna finally like stand up and try to like brush off the fact that I was just on the ground screaming because it was so loud for a minute.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Oh, for a total of
22.
okay. So going through, looking at, you take a second to like look at the one in green, and while she is very abrasive, seems to have that rage of like, this seems as though this is her personal thing, and the girl in blue, while calmer, and seems to have at least what you can glean, has taken this diary, and she goes, "Don't mind my sister. Apologies. Oh, there's just something written in here that I think she would like to share with people, and I think that it's important for me to have this." And she goes, "No, it's fucking not. And if you don't get your hands off it right now," and they're
Yeah.
starting to raise.
I'm gonna look at Val and just be like, I'm not sure whether we should, like, split them up.
And I was gonna be like, hold on, can I try something for a second?
Yeah, go for it. Please do.
I'm just gonna go, oi, you two, and like, all right. From what I can discern, the book belongs to her, and you want to know something that's in it, right? But I still think you should give her the book back, and then maybe just tear out one page. That'll work.
Okay. Okay. So with that distraction, the one in green is it uses that as a distraction and rips it out of her hand and kind of like runs over to a corner and is like hunkered down with it clutched to her chest. And the one in blue kind of straightens and goes, "That sounds like a lovely idea. If you don't mind, give me a second," and turns and starts to run back over.
Val's gonna like reach her arm out and like try to stop the blue one from going near the green one.
Okay. Make a dex check
Dexterity, okay.
just to see if you can get there. Ugh, probably.
Dex, okay. That's a 23.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to kind of scoop there and like scoop her up, and you see, honestly, like she seems to have a very calm facade, but you can feel the tension in her body as she begins to kind of like reach forward, and like you kind of clothesline her, and she's reaching. She's much stronger than anticipated, not because of brute strength, but just because of sheer rage.
Fair enough.
That she's hiding pretty well. Yeah.
I'm gonna go in front of the green one who's like hunkered down and just be an extra body in between the two of them and ask the green one, all right, are you Evelyn or are you Elaine?
She's got her book, and she now, like, she looks up and she takes a second and realizes that they don't know either of you.
Yeah.
And she goes, she kind of just stares at you and says, "Who's asking?"
I'm still holding the other one, just like.
I'm just gonna take a deep breath and be like, we're guests. of your brother.
Great. Then, if you don't mind, you guys can just go fuck right off because this is a personal family matter and we're in the middle of something here.
Okay,
So,
well, perhaps that can just wait for 5 minutes. I don't mind if you go and like duke it out in about 5 minutes. That's fine. I think there's just something that there is
look,
some
did he send
things.
you to kill us?
No,
Is
he
that
didn't.
what this is about?
No, of course he didn't.
Hmm.
Why would he do that?
You know what? You know what? Sorry. We're having a lovely sister bonding moment right now, and it would be so very lovely if you all could just leave.
All I'm gonna
And
ask. Go.
the blue one, I was just gonna say the blue one says, "Well, that's not very nice." Kind of looking at you, Val.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with. I don't know your name.
Oh, I'm Elaine. You may let me go.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna. Can you not attack her until after we finish? I promise you, you can kill her once we're done.
Absolutely, I promise.
Great. And then he puts her down, but like kind of still like is close enough where like if something happened, she could just wrangle her again.
Yeah, she goes over and sits very like at the very edge of the bed, like at the very corner, and sits very like legs crossed, hands
You said her
down.
name was Elaine, right?
That's Elaine.
That's Elaine. She's
Yeah,
a
the one in
blue
blue is Elaine. Green is Evelyn.
All right. I'm just gonna say to the green one, and actually the blue one, just say, right, so are you aware of what's happened in the last day?
We are. Thank you very much for asking.
Okay. Right. I understand.
You're saying you're talking to Elaine, right?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, that's how she responds.
Yeah, I understand that it's probably quite difficult for both of you at the moment, and I imagine maybe that's why we're both acting out like this.
Oh, I certainly agree with that for Evelyn. You know, she has a little bit of an anger management issues. We've been trying to work with her on it. And Evelyn, you see as she's kind of rolling back her sleeves.
Okay,
at
okay.
that.
All right. I think we're both going through it a little bit. I think we're both dealing with this in our own personal ways. Some of us slightly more passive and some of us slightly more aggressive.
I completely agree.
Okay, all right. Thank you. I'm glad you do. Are you both interested in talking to your brother?
You see as they kind of lock eyes for a second, and Evelyn speaks up first and goes, no, at the fuck we're not. And Elaine goes, I would be open for that.
Okay.
And they kind of lock eyes again.
Yeah. I was going to say to Elaine, are you open to that just because she said she's not?
Why ever would you think that?
Because I'm getting a feeling here, Elaine, that
Not
maybe you're both just saying the opposite thing to each other as a matter of principle, and that's fine.
Oh, man.
But I want to
I'm
hear
so
what
sorry.
you actually. I know I'm interested in hearing what you actually think and what you actually want. So forget her. What do you want?
I would love to have a lovely conversation with my brother.
Can I roll insight?
Yeah.
6.
Homegirl is clearly good at being a teacher's pet and is of the two seems to be good at appealing to adults in a way that you can't really tell if she's being truthful or not, but she's being very polite about it, whatever it is.
That's fine. I'm going to look at Val and then look back at the two of them and just say, I'm not going to waste too much of your time. I only want to say that if and when you're ready, your brother would very much like to talk to you. He has some things that he wants to explain, and he has some things that he wants to apologize for, I'm sure. And I think you'd be doing yourselves a disservice if you didn't at least give yourself a chance to hear those apologies, even if at the end you just tell him to fuck off, even if that's all you want to do. But I think it's important that you listen, and I think you'll regret it for a very long time if you got him off.
And you don't have to do it right now.
You don't have to do it right now.
You don't have to drop everything and go do it. You can give it as long as you need.
His door is open.
Well, thank you so much for delivering that message. May I have your names?
Shar.
My name is Tam.
It's lovely to meet both of you, Shar and Tam.
What about the other one? What does out of character? What does Evelyn? What is she just saying there?
Evelyn at this point, you turn her back around and you see that she is currently moving a dresser in an attempt to hide this book, at least for a teeny bit, until she can find a safer place for it.
Mm-hmm.
She is not listening to you. Does not seem to be interested in listening to what you have to say right now.
All right. Right.
Do you want me to try to talk to the little Evelyn? Or
Yeah, go for it.
All right. I'm gonna do you want to watch? Make sure
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll.
Yeah,
stick
we're gonna do like a nice switcheroo where we trade
Yeah.
places on watching the two. I'm gonna go over to Evelyn and be like, first of all, that's not gonna last very long if you try to hide it back there. Trust me. Try to cut a hole.
Okay. Frankly, yeah, you have 3 seconds to leave.
Mm-hmm.
2.
All right.
1.
He's not moving.
Okay. What's your AC?
My AC is 15.
Okay, so 16 will hit. Awesome. You see, from her hand, she kind of flicks back as a large thorny vine shoots out at you, and gets you for 5 piercing damage. So mark that down. And you feel yourself being tugged as you're slammed into a wall next to her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go off and be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What was that?
I think we're done here. Don't
Look,
you, dear sister?
Show me what she did. Was that magic? Was that magic?
I think we're done here.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll I'll help Val up. And just say, yeah, perhaps it is. And then I think I might just do a little minor illusion as well.
Okay.
Just of the same book that she has, and pop it on, if there's a wardrobe or something, put it on top of the wardrobe and just point there and be like, you might want to try hiding it up there.
She kind of just looks at you.
All right.
Val is gonna be like, as she's getting chopped up by Tim, as she's stares at the young one, being like,
Adelaine or Evelyn?
Evelyn, be like, don't try that shit again. And she she
does that back. She does it back to you.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, cut a hole in the mattress, put it in there, stuff it back together, and then she's gonna
I don't need your fucking help.
I know. They're gonna
leave the room and just be like,
Val's just gonna turn and walk out.
As the door closes, you hear, "Why do you have to always be such a fucking kiss ass?" And you hear you hear like a little bit of expletives as the door closes behind you.
God, they're pieces of work, aren't they?
My money's on the green one winning the fight.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't underestimate the other one. She
Oh
knows
no,
what
no,
to
no! But in terms of
she knows
physical
what to say. Oh yeah, no, physical fight, like the
strength,
green
oh
one would
yeah,
fucking
Evelyn
destroy
wins
her.
every time.
But like, sort of, yeah, politically, the blue one's scary.
The blue one's gonna mess with your mind. She is polite though. I will give her that.
Yeah, Augie better watch his fucking back. She's gonna be out for
I swear
his
to God,
throne.
if she hadn't
It's
like,
alright, leave it. It's fine. They're just
Mhm.
they're like kids. It's okay. I mean, we said what we had to say, and that's all I can do.
At least one of them listened.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. I think it was all a bit of a, you know, did she listen or did she listen?
That's true.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
We like look around and see if the
Oh yeah, where's the third one?
if the other sister's room is like labeled with like a name on it because she's 10.
Yeah. Okay. As you all continue to search for her, that's actually the perfect segue. I'm going to cut back to Nora for a second. So you're about 45 minutes to an hour into organizing, and you've managed to pull them down off the shelf, and you're beginning to kind of set out your system. When from like far behind you, like about 20 feet back, you hear as a pile of books that you organized tumbles over.
Magically, or like there's someone there?
You don't know.
Can I make a perception check?
Yeah. Well, you don't even have to. As you like walk it's right around a corner, I should have stated.
Oh,
So
yeah.
so as you walk around a corner, you see that there's a girl about a foot shorter than you. With long kind of blonde wavy hair that settles at the bottom in ringlets, and is dressed in a nice pink dress, and she's holding what looks to be like a small stuffed animal. She kind of looks up at you and goes, "Oh, hi, sorry, was this yours? I'm sorry."
Yeah, I just organized those.
I'm sorry. And she starts to pick them up, but puts them back in the wrong order.
Oh,
And at
no.
one point, like, tries to pick up like 2 books, but they're
Please.
really heavy and like.
Nope, you need to put those down.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Are you the bookkeeper here?
Your hair's really poofy. You know you can do something about that, right? They have stuff.
Good to know. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Lydia. Hi. Who are you?
The new bookkeeper.
Oh. Okay. How much do they pay you?
I will discuss that with my friend. What?
Okay.
You're very short. Are you a child?
Well, no, I'm tall. And she kind of straightens up. And she's kind of a little offended. She's like, "No, I'm tall."
No, as a certified short person, you are not tall.
Yes, I am.
How old are you?
10 3/4. How old are you?
Older than that.
How much older?
A bit.
You like 30?
30? You think I'm 30? No.
Okay.
No.
35?
Do you want to help me organize these books?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Sets her out like a very basic task of like
Okay.
a pack of books and explains the order they
She
need to be.
fully listens. Like, she is fully immersed in it, and she says, "Okay." and she starts stacking it. Makes a couple of mistakes, but for the most part, she seems to get it.
Okay. She instructs Oscar to like watch her like a hawk, like an owl.
Okay. Is Oscar hiding or just there?
No. He's just there.
No. What kind of bird is that?
It's my bird.
Okay. So what kind is it?
He's a great owl. Why? Have you not seen an
Why do
owl?
they call it a great owl?
Because
It
he's
just
big.
seems okay.
No. She didn't mean it. He's just, it's because he's big.
Oh. Can I pet him?
Don't ask me, ask him.
Can I pet you?
He says okay.
Okay. And goes and starts to pet Oscar, like a little bit scared. And at one point, like Oscar kind of bristles his feathers, and she kind of, whoa, that was cool.
That's a magic
What's his
owl.
name?
His name's Oscar.
Hi, Oscar the magic owl. What does he eat?
Children.
Really?
No.
What does he eat?
Like bugs and berries and stuff. I mean, he doesn't really need to eat anything. He's not actually a real owl, but I feed him because.
What's his favorite food?
What is your favorite fruit? The red berries.
Oh. Hey, do you think do you want to come over to my room for dinner? I can get red berries and we can eat food.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Where's your room?
Oh, it's actually you go out this door and then you go up the stairs and then there's another really big set of stairs and so you go up those stairs and then you take a right and then there's like another kind of like there's another set of stairs and then you go in there and then you take a right and then you take a right and then that's my room.
Got it.
Hey, there's a really cool book over here. Do you want to read it?
Yes.
Okay. And she takes your hand and leads you over. And I think we're gonna end that session there. Wow.
Weird
New
little
back.
girl energy.
Yes.
It was awesome.
Yep, I was beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Lydia's cute, but she's so weird.
They're just the same type of wit.
I love her.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time where some exciting stuff might happen. So that's pretty cool. So come check that out. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.